Hello, and welcome to week 6 of the summer session. This is our last week and our last video, and I want to keep this one short and just talk a little bit about common questions that I get about the final assignment as it relates to style. So one of the most common questions I get with this research report assignment is, can I use the first person? And what I always say is, sure, yes, you can use the first person as long as it's necessary and as long as it's working to introduce your evidence or the work that you've actually done to compile it. So, for example, if you've conducted an interview, and I know looking at the proposals, many of you are interviewing professionals in your field, that you might have a statement in your results of research section that says something like, I interviewed John Smith, who is a practicing paralegal in Lexington, Kentucky, or something to that effect, right? Because as Markel points out, the active voice, and that's an example of active voice, is much more effective than passive voice. So you would want to avoid a construction such as John Smith was interviewed, right? Because basically there you're eliminating the real subject, the person who's doing the action. And in that situation, it's you, right, as the interviewer. So that would be a great use of the first person in this particular project. What you want to avoid, though, is what I call just an unnecessary or redundant use of the first person. And those are subjective tags. So statements such as, I believe that, or I think that, or in my opinion. Because I guarantee you what follows that unnecessary statement is in fact your opinion and what you believe, right? So it's simply unnecessary. So make sure as you're editing your report that you don't have any unnecessary uses of the first person, because I'll be on the lookout for those. So that's probably one of the main questions I get about this project, because as you saw in Chapter 5, Markel does differentiate between academic research and workplace research, and I see this project as sort of being a combination of the two, right? That you are doing this to answer a practical question, which is like workplace research. But this is an academic class that you're taking for college credit, so you do need to maintain a certain formality in the report as well. But again, I know a lot of you are doing your own primary research, so that does mean that you do need to use the first person in those instances when you're referencing the actual research that you did for this project. I've also asked you to read Chapter 6, which is called Writing for Your Readers, and that chapter really covers a lot of I think practical problems in writing, so things like sentence construction, paragraph construction, and I've asked you also for your homework to answer some of the questions that address key issues such as transitions and topic sentences. So I think that Markel does a good job of covering those issues that are also style related. If you have any questions at all about any of the style-related issues that Markel covers, feel free to ask me. I'm always happy to answer those kinds of questions. For the peer review that you'll be doing for Wednesday, I will have specific questions, and a few of those will address style issues. So hopefully that will help you have a stylistically pleasing final report to submit on Thursday. I look forward to reading these final reports, and I've enjoyed working with you all this semester, even though it's been remotely and we haven't actually been together in a traditional classroom. If you have any questions, again, just let me know. Otherwise, I'll plan on reading those reports at the end of next week. Okay. Yeah, just let me know if you have any questions, and take care. Bye-bye.